Hi folks, Trisha Curtis, CEO Petroners and host of the Petroners podcast. I just got back from Houston at the Houston Producers Forum, and I've just recorded the tail end of the podcast of the St. Patrick's Day special that I started on Monday. This is a phenomenal podcast, folks, if you're looking for color and sentiment on the health of the U.S. economy and the health of the U.S. consumer. So I spent the time over the weekend going through the Kohl's earnings call, going through Costco's earnings call, and going through the JP Morgan conference that they had where they had a bunch of airlines talking. And so you had the CEO of United and Delta and Southwest all talking to health of the consumer. And I think those five together really tell you collectively a very, very interesting story about this uncertainty around the consumer, and particularly the spending and just the intense inflation that the consumer has felt over time. So I recorded a good 25 minutes of this on St. Patrick's Day. I had to head to Houston to go to the Houston Producers Forum, which was just an exceptional turnout. Really, really good conversation with folks. So that will drop as a podcast in the future. But then I came back and Jerome Powell spoke today. And so I added some of that color and commentary as well. So the Fed did not change interest rates. They kept them unchanged. And I didn't actually think that the Fed was overly hawkish or overly dovish, but they talked a lot about the uncertainty, and they talked a lot about basically they talked a lot about tariffs and the uncertainty, but said the underlying health of the economy right now, the hard data is good, the soft data is not so good, the sentiment or whatever. So with all that, folks, we're seeing oil prices at $67 and change. You're seeing Brent at over $71 a barrel, and you're seeing Henry Hub flirt between above 4 and just below 4. So there is oil prices are not baking in the geopolitical risk sentiment, the fact that we have two ongoing hot wars, and the fact that we don't have a ceasefire yet with Russia and Ukraine, nor do we have a ceasefire in the Middle East, and the fact that we, the U.S., are going after Iran and for what they're doing with the Houthis and the attacks in the Red Sea, and the U.S. is saying we're committed to that. So a lot going on. Episode 128 of the Petroners podcast, which is going to drop on Friday. This is going to catch you up on everything. So with that, folks, please take a listen, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.